questions because you actually care. No tea, no shade to Chef Foxy. She just didn't give a fuck. Okay, so
I do have more questions. Ooh, I'm so messy. I got like 25.
okay, that's okay. I know they sending you them cash apps hot and heavy, huh?
Well, no, they ain't sending no cash app. Shockingly, they're not. Next question. Black Diamond. She decided to let go. This is just your opinion, okay? She decided to cut Messy Talk off, move them out of the way. She said she wanted to do something different. Since then, her platform has declined significantly, okay? From holding 3,000 people in the morning to 419 to be exact, the last few mornings. And she's even trying to be like a judge now, you know, with a gavel and all that stuff. Do you think that was a smart decision from her management team? Or do you think that she should have stuck with what she had? Like, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Do you think that she should have let the Messy Talk niggas do what they did because it was not affecting her directly? How do you feel about that?
There's going to be a long-winded answer, but it was a great question. So to go from, like you said on average 3,000 to, what'd you say, 400 and what? 400 and... Okay, so HB's lying. Well, it's a hypothetical then. So to have a larger audience to a smaller audience, which again, it's alleged. We don't know if it's true. They said you lying, HB. So
I ain't seen 3,000 people in Diamond Room no more. So I don't, unless they can come up here and show me otherwise, I don't give a damn if it's not 400. It damn sure ain't 3 no more. Ain't
so
even
let's
one.
Take Diamond's name out of it. Let's just say myself. Let's just say me. Okay. Let's say Nosy. Do you think it's beneficial to you to go from a larger audience to a smaller audience at the behest of basically your coins, right? Like you're losing your coins doing so. It's a little bit both. It's all of it's based off of your mental ability to be able to do it. Now, I've heard some people say, I'm not gonna name no names, say that some people leave Messy Talk or they leave live streaming specifically because they can't hang, right? Which is not true, or which probably is true. No, it is true. I think it has a lot to do with your mental faculties. Can you mentally handle pressure when people are dogpiling you, or if they're just dogpiling your boxes and it just might be overwhelming? Should you take a step back? Yeah, because if you don't show up as yourself, then you're really not doing a benefit to your audience. And if your panelists are comfortable making their way to your live stream whenever they make their way, like, because I'm using myself as an example, to my live stream, and I just take a step back, or if I just say we're switching it up, we're doing something different, yeah, that could be detrimental. Now, it could be beneficial to my mental health, right? Because if it's making me crash the fuck out, then not crashing out might be beneficial to me, but it'll cost me, right? So it's kind of a double-edged sword. It's like, yeah, I feel better mentally because I'm not arguing with people. I'm not having to get sent clips from, recappers and live streams about me. But at the same time, though, it's affecting my money. And can I find another way to supplement my income? There are lots of ways to supplement your income with Messy Talk, which won't affect your mental health. One, you need to diversify your platforms. If you're just primarily making your money on TikTok, that is crazy. You need to not only do the live streams here, do them on YouTube, do them on Facebook, right? Because they're going to at least insert ads that you'll be able to collect at the end of the month, right? Those ads add up, right? So that's also important too. So it's about just diversifying your money. If all your money is just crowded in one place and you decide to take a step back, you're going to fuck yourself up big time. Okay. You're gonna fuck yourself up big time. So, and Twitch too. Yeah. It's spicy. Twitch too. So yeah, it's a double-edged sword, heartbreaker. Like if me, we're going to use myself as an example. If I took a step back, but it affected how many people watch my live stream, it probably good for my mental health, but bad for my income, you know?
And my next question is, if, let's say we got into it, Nosy. Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to do that. You already went over that. I was in here. I'm not going to do that. That's messy. I ain't going to do this next thing. It's messy too. It seems like the comment cousins is getting tired of me being messy. Right, you go ahead.
No, you can do it.
Go ahead. Why can't you ask them?
They are getting, there's only like 5 of them getting mad. And, those are the mafia goers. They're starting to say you're obsessed with Diamond and then she's so happy without us and all of that stuff. But we're allowed to ask Diamond questions. Sorry, you guys. It's only 5 of them down there, though.
Thank you, V. So are you familiar with the with Nitra's event that she had for her birthday?
Yes, I did not I wasn't able to go, unfortunately, but
you did see a lot of the footage and a lot of the outcome and all of that. You seen how nice it was?
I only saw one clip that I was sent, but I didn't see the footage of her entire event. No, I didn't.
It was nice.
Aw, I'm so mad I didn't go.
Yeah, so a lot of lives did votes on whose platform had the best events all throughout TikTok, like all of them, and they voted FOE
Well, compared to what? What were they comparing it to?
to everybody's that has had an event so far. Cavs, everybody. It was good to me. So I have another question. Okay. Ooh, that's messy.
Ooh, I want to hear it.
Okay, tell me, is this shade or not?
Okay.
Shade or not, right? Roro's house, she had an unfortunate situation.
Roro?
All right, she had
Our Roro?
yes, she had a fire and she lost everything, right? She started over. Now messy, I'm talking about TikTok, FOE, Mafia, all these people, they did their big one to help her get back what she could get back, all right?
Yeah, I didn't know.
They did a good job, okay?
Yeah.
But yes, she did. She did. Her and a lot of others lost their place.
Yeah.
So she had up her information for everybody to send to so that she can get help, right? She had it up in Diamond's Live.
Okay.
And FOE did their own thing, right? They went ahead and just to keep the money from moving all around, they just FOE sent to Nietzsche so Nietzsche can make sure to get directly to Roro. The Mafia supposed to send to Diamond so get directly, FOE, it made sense. Well, Nietzsche had accidentally got scammed. You know how easily it is to get scammed by the MoneyGram people, Western Union, whatever.
Yeah.
Right? And so she had accidentally sent a significant amount of money to a different part of the country because I guess the callback was like some foreigner or whatever, and she got scammed. Well,
How much?
I forgot how much, but it was a big portion, right? And so Diamond
$3,000.
was live about $3,000.
Damn, that's a lot.
4,500, maybe somewhere in that range.
Damn.
Diamond was live, and Diamond says, and they were talking about the money, and Diamond says, well, Nietzsche sent it to Cuba, to a Walmart in Cuba, Colombia. Now, I don't feel like that was our business, but that led to people questioning whether or not Nietzsche was scamming and stuff like that. Do you feel like that was our business?
To make the statement or to share that she got scammed?
To make the statement. She didn't even share that she got scammed. She just said, well, Nietzsche sent so and so money, a certain amount of money to Colombia, to Walmart in Colombia. And then just left it at that, no context or anything. And so after that, you know how messy talk is. They started to say Nietzsche was scamming. Nietzsche had to go out of her way to prove that she didn't scam anyone, whatever. Because nobody asked Diamond that information. Do you feel like that's something that she could have left out? Or you think that was shade or a little bit?
Was it shade? Without having to hear it, unfortunately, I can't really say if it was shade or not. But, because shade comes with the tone of how you say something, right? If Diamond was just like, hey, you guys, oh my God, Nietzsche got scammed out of $3,000 and she sent it to Colombia, right? That could sound like a call to action to like help recoup those losses that were accidentally sent. It all depends on how it was said. So without hearing how it was said.
It was said like out the blue, like we didn't ask for it.
Let me explain.
Yeah.
Let me follow up. And I do want to ask this before I give the follow up. Somebody down there, one of the Mafia goers said, is this a Bash Diamond interview? I want to ask y'all, has anybody bashed Diamond in here? And me, HB, or Nosy, has anybody bashed Diamond that y'all have heard? Because I know I haven't. I know Nosy hasn't. And I don't think HB has. So just before I give her the clarification, is this a Bash Diamond interview? No. Perfect. We're all on the same page. Okay.
Okay.
They do that one thing. I just want to make sure we're good because this is not that. To follow up what HB saying, because I see it took me a second to understand. Diamond was live one morning, right? After they did the fundraising. They raised the money, let's say Wednesday. Let's say Thursday morning, Diamond was live trying to get in touch with Nitra. And she gave us information. She said, where's Nitra? She was, Diamond go live early. So she tried to call Nitra on the back end. Nitra didn't answer the phone. So she came back to the live and was like, where's Nitra? Can y'all get a hold of Nitra? They saying that she'd have sent the money to Colombia, the country, and not Colombia, the state. So that's what Diamond came on live and let us know. And Nitra was asleep. Nitra didn't even know the money, you feel me? She didn't really know about the situation until she woke up to a million calls, had to come to the live and explain herself. Because Diamond said, hey, the money went to Colombia. So from Diamond saying that, we all ran in the streets. It was a big situation. So she's asking a better question, not about shade. The detail about the money going to Colombia,
Can I ask
was it
a follow-up
necessary?
question?
Necessary
So
detail.
how was the money sent? Like Cash App?
Yeah. It was Walmart to Walmart. That's what was crazy about it, because you got to know which Walmart it's supposed to go to. It was Walmart to Walmart. So it was a lot. It was a lot. We don't even
I'm
think
just
back.
asking.
It was a lot. But she's asking, was it? It was Walmart to Walmart. She's asking, was it necessary for Diamond to tell the detail of the money going to Colombia and not to Roro?
Okay, so was it messy disclosing that it accidentally ended up in another country and not to the state?
Ran with it, and now they're like, oh, Nidra's get. That's what she was asking. Yep.
Got you.
But
Again.
it wasn't Auntie Nene's fault. So it's like, but when you put that out there like that, first of all, it's not our business, okay? Wait until you get in touch with her. When you put that out there like that, the people that didn't like Nitra instantly started making it into something that it wasn't.
Yeah.
Did
Were they able to get the money back or no?
Yeah, she got the money to her. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Happened was, and I'm trying to be literally the most unbiased when I'm saying this. I'm literally saying exactly what happened, y'all. What ended up happening was Nitra ended up coming out of her own pocket, because the money got tied up in limbo. So while the money was, they was figuring it out, she came at her own checking account, and she was able to send like maybe $2,000 one day, and the next day she was able to send $1,500 more. So Nitra, spent her own money, and then she recuperated those funds back.
Got you. The error money.
Exactly.
Okay. So, with a little more context, should it have been disclosed that it was an error? Probably not. Probably not. Why was it disclosed? Why was the error disclosed? That's a really good question. It's probably a question you need to ask Diamond. I couldn't tell you why. I couldn't tell you why. Again, it's without seeing those clips, it's really hard to like make an assumption. You know what I mean? Like that's why when I used to recap, the clips were important because like then you can pick up tone, you could pick up shade, you could pick up, somebody being messy. It's hard to pick that up with storytelling, But yeah, should it have been disclosed? Probably not. Not without at least allowing Nitra to sleep, wake up, and correct the error, right? That's probably without hearing the context of what she said, it's hard to give, it's hard to say if it was shade or not. Somebody keeps asking about a Halloween party.
Hey, Jay, we don't have time for a play with her.
Okay. Okay.
I'm trying to read the comment. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to.
Somebody said, I'll read you the comment. I have it here. Somebody said HB talks about you stealing money for a Halloween party.
Gotcha. I see it. That never
What
happened.
about me? That's AJ.
Ooh.
She's been harassing me all day.
Okay.
AJ, just come from your main page, stupid. That's Roro.
Roro, I'm really sorry about what happened to your home. I had no idea, and I'm really hoping you have been able to recoup some of the things that you've lost. I had no idea that it even happened to you. I'm really sorry, Roro. What's up, Omar? What's your next question? I feel like I'm ready. I ain't had nothing to drink. I should go get some.
I'm about to have to give me a little bottle if it ain't closed yet. Shit.
You're welcome, Roro. We're waiting on the next question.
The comments are so good in here right now. I'm trying not to read them. They're
You
asking
can
a
read
lot
the
of
comments while we wait for the next question.
All right, I'll read a couple of y'all's messy comments. I will. And if y'all have any messy questions that y'all want to ask, please feel free. Oh, Jesus.
You guys can Cash App them your questions. I don't know if you guys, if your people are here, if your Dangerettes and your Brave Kingdom are here, but they are more than welcome to spam the comments with your Cash App tags. And if they want
drop it. If y'all know my CA, drop it down there, y'all mods. Do that one
your
thing.
messy mail. You guys, you're asking me questions. I feel like everybody should be able to eat a little bit. Go
I agree, Nosy. I agree, Nosy. They don't got too many people like us, Nosy. They don't got too many people like us, Nosy. Moderators, drop it downstairs. Kingdom Braider. 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 Drop it downstairs. Kingdom Look at Bree down there dropping it. There's a messy question about Bree. So you know Bree's been going. HB, may I do this?
CA. Yeah.
May I do this,
You do,
HB?
babe.
Okay. So you know Bree and HB. You're aware of their history, right?
Briefly, I know they dated.
So they dated. They've had a rough little bit of turmoil and everything. Bree has been known to be a spy for HB on a lot of things. You familiar with AJ, the creator?
Yeah, I know AJ.
Got a
I know
hard
AJ.
face.
I know AJ.
Okay. So AJ did this little boots on the ground protest. It was very good. Bree rode with her, and she had HB in an AirPod the whole time spying on AJ. And then, you know, when Chef Foxy just went down there, Bree spied on Chef Foxy and ran back everything to HB as well. So then, not only those two things, a situation happened where Bree and HB got into it, right? And HB posted Bree nudes all over TikTok. We saw Bree's titties, and they were on the bathroom sink. So my question is, after all that's said and done, Bree is still in here dropping the Cash App and sending so much money to HB. How do you feel about
Just sent
that?
me that CA.
Downstairs,
How
though.
I feel about that. I feel like that is their
Are you
relationship.
mad that she's dropping my Cash App down there?
You guys can. If you want to send them messy questions, you have to Cash App them. You can't just blurt them in the comments. Nobody's going to read them. So you can't ask me how I feel about a relationship dynamic between two women. That is their relationship, Braid. I know you.
So
I
you
know
don't
you're
have
fighting to defend Chef Foxy in this instance.
No, this
but
has nothing to do with Chef. This has nothing to do with Chef. This has nothing
It's
to do
just
with
have
Chef.
everything to do with him body shaming Bree because he don't like her. They ain't got nothing to do with
Body
Chef.
shaming
He
Bree?
been doing
You
that
was-
all day.
Hold on,
I ain't got. That don't got
wait.
nothing to do with me.
Are you mad that we saw Bree's titties that you posted?
No, I'm just saying.
There
you've
would
been
be
on
no body
her,
to shame
on
if you
her
didn't post
body
it.
all day. You've been.
Would
on
there be
her
a body to shame? Because Bree, I mean,
can I
all
ask
day
you a
has been
question,
about
Braid?
Chef,
Is there a
but this-
reason why you don't like Bree?
I love Bree. That's my sister. That's my sis.
Huh?
I fuck with Bree. That's my sis.
Her all day.
I wasn't talking to you, HB. She asked me a question. I fuck with Bree. That's my
Okay,
sis.
so can I ask you a follow-up question?
You can ask me as many as you want.
Okay, so when you say show your face, breaking. When you say that Bree is your sister, when you say that Bree is your sister, why did you make defamatory statements about where her breasts hit the sink? Why would you say it like that? If she's still your sister, why
Did you
make?
see the picture?
I did not see the picture.
We can ask the comment cousins. Was Bree's titties on the sink? They were. That's where they were.
And if they were, why mention it?
That's where they were. I was describing the picture to you.
You don't have. HB showed a nude photo of Bree. The end. Right.
Okay.
That you don't have. to
HB
describe-
showed a nude photo of Bree. The end.
But I'm asking you, if she's your sister, why describe the photo?
Why not describe the photo? If it was you, I would describe it. If you was my sis, I would describe
He
it.
called
If it
a
was
lot of
me, I would
women on
describe
the
it.
app. Bray calls a lot of women on the app his sister and his friends say he talk about and he don't really like. So that's just
Like
Braid,
you
okay?
say, right?
Right, like he does me. Like it's just Braid.
Okay.
That's
Just
just
we just accept him for who he is, and we just love him just for being him.
Okay.
Clock in.
Okay,
Glad
so
you-
I'm just learning more. I'm learning more about how you don't ever call me your sister.
I would never call you my sis, Nosy. I wouldn't consider you my sis. You
I
would
don't
be
want
like
you
a
to say,
business
"Oh,
on
you
the
guys, I met my sister Nosy in Houston. Oh, and her shoulders are so wide, like a linebacker. Oh, that's just how I describe Nosy."
That's what Bree does. I don't do that. I never really come back to the app and say anybody stinks, smelly, or looks anyway. But I do make my observations of pictures that other people post. If it hits the app, I'm going to make the observation just like anybody would about me as well.
Okay, so you're not gonna say nothing about mine.
But I would never. I haven't brought anything back to the app, and I've been around plenty of TikTok women that I could say a million things about.
Okay. So what is your next follow-up question? If I don't know if you received any cash apps that you want to ask, or if people are just supporting you as interviewers, because that's how interviewers are supposed to be. They're supposed to be supplemented. So please, you guys tap the screen. There's 2,300 of you in here. Share the live. Don't share with nobody I don't like. Help me hit my live goal, and please give.
Perfect.
Okay.
That just helped me with another question. There it is right there downstairs. Who got to be stopped? They're enjoying this thoroughly. You said don't share it to anybody I don't like. Who are some people that you don't like?
I always say that because a lot of celebrities follow this page. So I always say don't share it with anybody who.
I know, but I'm asking you. The question is, who are some people that you don't like?
Candy Burris, I don't like her.
On Messy Talk.
On Messy Talk, who I don't like? I mean, I feel like I like everyone. like I like everyone with respect, right? I give everyone respect on Messy Talk who I like. So I always just do my best to just be impartial. So I don't dislike anyone. But I want to make another statement too. I also there's this thing that goes on around Messy Talk that I've never quite understood. And I've only seen it over here. I've never seen it on any other facet of live streamers on TikTok. But Messy TikTok, there's this like, it's like this, like everybody's trying to like hold the crown seat of who cannot make friends. And let me just explain that to you. So like there's this thing on Messy Talk where people are like they advocate on, you can never make friends. Nobody's my friend. I'm not friends with anyone. It's like, I've never seen that because there's other portions of live stream that I watch where people don't even meet up with each other and they consider each other like tried and true friends and they remain those friends. And I've watched a lot of live streamers do it. I've seen them do it on Twitch. I've seen them do it on Facebook, but there's something about Messy Talk where I don't know if there's like disdain or distrust in a lot of people, but people just will, and I've seen it. I've seen a lot of people hang out together. I've seen a lot of people throw events and people hang out together. I've seen people get dinner and brunch together and do all of these excursions on all of these different type of trips and take all these photos together, you know, send people stuff to their, you know, to help them move, to help their Amazon wish list, to Cash App them for support. And they're like, you're not my friend. So I'm just curious as to why a lot of people build bonds together, but ultimately just will like, is calling someone your friend like the highest tier that you could be, right? A husband is not the highest tier, or a wife is not the highest tier, a spouse, a person you purchase a home with, is that not higher? Is why do people on Messy TikTok put friendship at this such high level, like, and you had to be able to break so many barriers to get there? That's my question.
Because I think they witness how easily people fall out on this app, regardless of the history, regardless of the amount of time they spent together, regardless of the bonds that they may have with one another's children and shit like that. I think that when you witness too much of that, how could you be so vulnerable and just, I don't know, like, and some of us just fucked up. We got trust issues like me. So
I feel like it depends on your reasoning that you come here for. Like, some people aren't here to make friends. Some people aren't here to be friendly. Some people are here to network. Some people are here to gain connections. Some people are here just to cuss motherfuckers out. So motherfuckers is here to make friends and gain networking and connections. They're going to do just that. But I do feel like, again, we're in a realm of, it's the type of people too. Like, these are dealing with a whole bunch of crazy ass motherfuckers at the same time. So it's like, who's going to want to be friends with crazy motherfuckers? And then at the same time, we see how we do over here, respectfully. Like, everybody can see how the fuck motherfuckers do with their friends over here, face ass. So it's that. I did get two messy things too, by the way. I got a messy message upstairs, and then I seen a messy comment downstairs. HB, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, go ahead.
It says, why did she want T and Chef to split up so bad?
T and Chef?
Yeah.
Wait, who want that?
Why
Chef?
did you want T and Chef to split up so bad? I will say this. I'll reveal my people. They came from Poozy. So Poozy asked me. And I will say that I'm assuming that she's saying because I think her mission on your show was to split them up or something. I don't know.
Hold on. Why would you reveal such an anecdotal question for free? It's crazy, but go ahead.
Okay, I want you to go ahead and now, why did you want them to split up?
Who? That's for Heartbreaker?
He asking you, why did you want? Why did you want T and Chef? Quit asking Nosy. Why did Nosy bystander want T Time and Chef Foxy to break up?
I've never advocated for the breakup of their friendship ever. So that's a great question from Poozy. Shout out to Poozy, but I've never advocated for the ending of their friendship. Their friendship dissolved on its own. Their friendship had its own cracks, unfortunately.
I remember Poozy telling us a story one time, and Poozy said that when she was supposed to do the reality show or whatever, I guess everybody had their different storylines or whatever. I don't know what it was, but I think she said that you told her job was to break them up and make sure that they weren't friends.
That is not true. That is not true. So we had already finished. We hired a scriptwriter because, again, reality shows are real, but you have to have a scriptwriter write them. That was never written. Ever anywhere, and I still have the script for everyone's parts, scenes, restaurants that we've got written consent to shoot in. That was never a scene. Poozy was added to the show because when Tea Time was out of the show, Diamond suggested her. She's like, hey, I know this cast member who would be great. And Diamond suggested Poozy. She did. So I was like, okay.
Suggested Poozy. Got it. I didn't know that detail. Okay. Okay. Somebody said, what do you think about the Rico that AJ has all the comic cousins on?
Like a civil Rico?
She did cover that story already, you guys.
So what's your opinion about that? You remember the Civil Rico age they paying for the doxing or something? What do you think about that? What's your opinion?
I did discuss that when I got that story, which it's interesting.
Hey, Neat.
Because the comic cousins are really important to they're important to TikTok, right? Everybody has their role. Everybody plays their role on Messy Talk. And so I feel like to comfort, I have to charge my phone, comfort comic cousins, right? In regards to how AJ might feel about them, it might not be good because it's your core support. It's your core, it's the people who are going to share your life. It's the people who's going to, support your lives, support your Cash App goals, support your, just the way that you are to be able to be presented as a live streamer. And so to come directly for them, I just feel like if you run your live stream as a business, it's probably not good for business.
My thing is this though, but the thing is though, you would have never had a chance to sue somebody for something they didn't even know what they were even prepared for. That's like me subscribing to Zeus Network, and I don't know that on the 4th episode of season 6, somebody's going to get unalived. So you're going to sue me because had I not paid for the subscription to Zeus Network wouldn't be able to thrive. I'm blindly subscribing. I don't know what's coming up on the episodes. Every time that I am about to do my big one and I have a person pay for tea or whatever, all they know is that it's tea. And all they know is I'm about to eat. They don't know how I'm about to eat. They don't know what kind of tea it is. They don't know what the tea consists of. They could be subscribing to me because they think I'm funny, or they could be subscribing to me because they know I'm bi. They could be subscribing to me for whatever reason. There's no way for you to prove that the only reason that they subscribe it's because I was about to dox an address that you have been evicted from 2 weeks prior. There's just no way. So at that point, it's nothing. At that point, you're just threatening the comic cousins on some intimidation shit because they're supporting somebody and not you. And that's just it. That's all I can come up with.
Yeah. I mean, it's just to again, you don't, whatever the premise was of your live stream, if you just told people, everybody sub to me, get ready for this. It's hard to be able to place the blame on the comic cousins for subscribing for entertainment, right? Because then we could say that about every entertainment industry, right? We say it about podcasts. We could say it about films. Like when I go purchase a movie ticket, I don't know what I'm going to get. I know I'm going to get this set of characters, but what they're going to be doing, I'm not entirely sure. That's why I paid the ticket. And so you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, it's just, it'd be a if she feels as though she has a case, I think she should try it. But I just feel as though being a content creator, right? Because we hear that term all the time, content creator. Being a content creator, there's a certain amount of things you can't do that will fuck up your money. And me, I'm just about my money. I'm just about making my money so I don't have to go back to work. So my goal every day is to make my money. Again, I'm not a live streamer, so being on live stream to me is really just fun and being able to expand my audience and being able to give the people who watch me on the For You page a little bit more in-depth details of stories, right? But at the same time, though, it's my business. So I'm always constantly looking out for the best interest of my business. My business is For You page. My business for live streaming is to expand my audience. And in turn, I have to kind of roll out the red carpet for the people who arrive. I have to. I don't have a choice. I just don't have a choice. I have to. My duty is to the comic cousins, right? That is my duty. My duty is not to anyone else. My duty is not to this person who I'm telling a story about. My duty is not to TikTok, the company that literally takes me on so many brand trips. My duty is really not to them. My duty is to ensure that I'm being entertaining to the comic cousins. That is my goal. So the comic cousins, it's again, For You page is different. They don't send me money, but they like and share. That is how the rent is paid. They like and share. That's how my health insurance is paid. Liking and sharing is how I pay my bills. So that's why I have a duty to the comic cousins. The comic cousins on a video or a live stream, That's my duty. So I would, my biggest fear is pissing them off. Because once they say, I'm done with you, it's a wrap. It's a wrap, isn't it? Cut the cameras, show's over. Go, bitch, go get, what JT saying that one clip, bitch, go get a job. Go clock in somewhere. Like, you know what I mean? And, baby, I'm not trying to clock in nowhere. Okay, so. But that was a good question. That's a really good question. Tap the screen while they prepare for their next question, you guys. And hello, everybody in the chat. I see everybody in the chat. Hello, everybody. This from Pretty Kiki said, Nosy says she wished she could have made Miss Nitra's party. Not that she wasn't invited. Oh, yeah, no, I never said I wasn't invited to Miss Nitra's party. I said I wish I could have made her party, you guys. I saw the one video. It was Miss Nitra's video that popped up on my FYP. And I was like, oh, damn, I really wish I could have attended. I would have loved to. So maybe next year I'll be able to attend her party next year.
Right? I'm just trying to think of all the things that happened when you were gone.
Who's Pink Panther?
Oh, that was a really good one. Pink Panther was the first page to ever dox Black Diamond.
Sexy as fuck, bro.
Pink Panther, she posted videos of Black Diamond's job and her stuff. That's what Tea Time used. I mean,
don't start.
That's what $2 used for movie night and stuff. That was the first person to ever dox Black Diamond.
I think I remember that. I do remember that.
Back in the day.
That was like 2022 or something.
Yes. Pink Panther turned out to be Tea Time.
Nietzsche said you can come to any of her events. Nietzsche had the best event on Messy Talk thus far.
She heard me, y'all.
This is messy, Raid.
So what do I think of the? Who is it? What did you say? Their
You
name?
missed it. I said Tea Time was Pink Panther.
The page, the page that was doxing.
Yeah, the dox Black Diamond. Chef Foxy told us that it was Tea Time, and she admitted it.
Is that how they fell out?
Is that how who fell out?
Tea Time and Chef Foxy.
Well, they were doing a lot of falling out before then and arguing and shit.
Chef was okay. No, T came up on AJ's panel, and T was trying to like prove that she was talking about Chef was trying to set me up. Like, she wasn't trying to come back around me genuine and all that stuff. She was trying to prove that Chef was trying to set me up. Chef's way of fucking deflecting was, thank you, Pisces Jim. Chef's way of trying to deflect was by telling us, oh, did you know that T-Time was behind the Pink Panther page that docs Black Diamond's social security number, her security number back in the day, et cetera, et cetera. So that's how that came out. But her and Diamond is fine now. They seen each other at Nitra's event. They came together. They had a conversation, and they're in a decent place.
Nitra said, "My Lord."
Nitra, that's crazy messy stuff. Why he's sitting up here looking costly?
Humiliate Nitra. I'm reading the comments too. Nitra is the GOAT.
Ignore them, Ray. That's some troll.
They trying to humiliate her now. Look, who tried to humiliate Nitra? Why? What
Nitra can't be humiliated. Okay, so please.
So what do I think? That's crazy. I remember that early. I don't remember the specific page name, but I remember early on in early 2022 when Diamond had said she was being doxxed, but I don't know the name of it, but that was in 2022. So
apparently the mafia was harassing Tea Time, I guess. And T was like, hey, if they're going to be harassing me on behalf of you, I'm just going to come for you. Because you know they harassing me on behalf of you. And if I'm going to get harassed on behalf of you, then damn it, I'm going to get you. Because I don't know these little nobodies that's harassing me on behalf of you. So I'm going to do that. And then I guess they came up with the Black Panther, and it was just a lot of Panthers.
Yeah, that is true. So in around 2022, Diamond I'll tell you the full story. So in 2022, Diamond had started her website, theblackdiamondshow.com. And there was like a members portion. It was like a members side. And the members, correct me if I'm wrong. God, I wish Tea Time was here, but correct me if I'm wrong. But the Mafia members, this is before they even had the name Mafia members, I believe, but they were posting really fucking crazy stuff about Tea Time on Black Diamond's website, which correct me if I'm wrong, I still think might still be on her website.
Nobody remembered that, but you did today. So that's good enough.
Tea Time said that.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It is true. I think I believe at the time when it was happening because they were both on the Roku network. So they were having it was like they were fine, but it was like their followers were doing the most. You know what I mean? And I believe we came together on it was a group call. I said, I need to get y'all on a call together because what is happening? And that's when Tea Time had disclosed that. And I believe Tea Time sent me the screenshots of Black Diamond's website with the mafia members. They weren't mafia members at the time, but she sent me screenshots of people basically dragging her on Diamond's website. And then we had this group call, which I believe all of my calls at the time were recorded. So I'm pretty sure I have that recording. Actually, I could check. I'm pretty sure I have that though. Let me see.
This is a trip here.
When did I say it was?
This finna get good. Like Auntie Nene said, get your clank clank.
What's that? What's a clank clank?
That's your cup with your shit in it. Well, I got mine in a KFC cup, but clank clank.
To grab her charger.
Oh yeah, my phone is dying. Hold on. Let me see if I can find the call.
You know what you're doing? I do that too sometimes when I be.
I do have it.
Let that motherfucker go ahead and fall off.
I do have it. I do have the call. I have it.
Call, did you mind? What's the fun? Do we need to complete the goal? Do we need to get 50% there? The way we do on Messy Talk now, we name a price and then we make sure it gets hit.
Oh, I don't know if I would play the call.
Are you sure? I mean, there's no problem with it.
Right.
But please, but I do. Y'all want? I do have the call.
Found it for a reason.
I'm not gonna cap, but I will play you the first.
I love it, dollars. We ain't got no but time.
Here, give us the first bid and we can see if it's tea. If it's tea, we'll send you $100 right now. Let's go ahead and start it.
That ain't gonna be enough for those.
Said she was gonna do it for free, so we'll get her.
Let me see if there's anything on it. But it is a call. It says meeting with Diamond. Oh, Evans is on this call too. Do y'all remember Evans?
Yeah, I remember him. He used to talk about me. He called me a
I'm gonna hit
Jezebel.
play. So let's just see what we have. I don't know what's on it.